In the grand court of King Varun, the throne room shimmered with golden light, reflecting off the elaborate decorations and the luxurious robes of the nobles. The air was thick with expectation as the king, adorned in his majestic crown, prepared to reward his loyal subjects. Among them stood Ram, a humble yet intelligent servant, waiting patiently for his turn. When his name was called, Ram stepped forward, his simple attire contrasting sharply with the grandeur around him. He approached the king with a deep bow as murmurs spread through the court. Some scoffed at his modesty, others dismissed him entirely. King Varun smiled as he addressed Ram. "For your years of faithful service, I grant you a bag of gold coins. Take it and prosper." But to everyone's surprise, Ram did not accept. Instead, he bowed once more and humbly spoke, "Your Majesty, rather than a bag of gold, may I ask for just a single gold coin every day?" A hush fell over the court before whispers and laughter broke out. The nobles exchanged glances, some shaking their heads at what they deemed foolishness. King Varun raised an eyebrow, his voice laced with amusement. "You refuse a fortune for a mere coin a day. Tell me, Ram, are you playing the fool?" Ram smiled, his voice calm yet confident. "Your Majesty, I assure you, my mind is clear. My request is all I need to thrive." Intrigued, King Varun chuckled. "Very well. Let us see where your wisdom leads you. 1 gold coin a day shall be yours." The court erupted into laughter, dismissing Ram's request as absurd. But Ram, undeterred, bowed respectfully and left, his eyes shining with quiet determination. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months, and months into years. Each day, Ram received his single gold coin, tucking it away with care. Unlike others who squandered their riches, he spent wisely, saving with patience and purpose. As time passed, his small savings grew. He purchased a modest piece of land and soon ventured into trade, making careful investments. Slowly, his wealth multiplied. Year by year, his name became known, not as a fool, but as a shrewd merchant. The very nobles who had once mocked him now spoke of him with quiet admiration. And still, Ram remained humble, his wisdom guiding his every step. One fateful day, a grave message arrived at the palace. A neighboring empire, mighty and merciless, demanded an enormous tribute. If the sum was not paid, war would be inevitable. Panic spread through the court like wildfire. King Varun gathered his advisors, his face dark with concern. "Our treasury is nearly empty," he admitted. "If we fail to pay, our people will suffer. Tell me, does anyone have a solution?" An uneasy silence gripped the room. The nobles, once so full of opinions, now had none. Then from the crowd, a familiar voice rose. "Your Majesty, if I may speak." All eyes turned to Ram, now a successful but unassuming man. The nobles sneered, unable to believe a former servant could hold the answer. King Varun, however, recognized the calm certainty in Ram's eyes. "Speak, Ram." With a humble bow, Ram spoke. "The gold you seek, I have it. Over the years, I have saved and invested wisely, and now I offer it to our kingdom in its time of need." Gasps echoed through the court. The same man they had once laughed at now stood as their savior. With Ram's wealth, the tribute was paid, and the kingdom was saved. King Varun called for a great gathering, and before the entire court, he turned to Ram with newfound respect. "Ram," the king declared, "I once thought you a fool for refusing great wealth, but today you have shown me that true wisdom lies not in sudden fortune, but in patience, discipline, and foresight." A great applause thundered through the hall. The very nobles who had mocked Ram now bowed their heads in respect. King Varun smiled. "Today I appoint you as the royal treasurer. Let all learn from your wisdom, for you have taught us all a lesson in true wealth." Ram, ever humble, bowed deeply. "Your Majesty, sometimes the smallest drops of water fill the mightiest oceans." And so Ram, once a simple servant, became one of the greatest minds in the kingdom, his name forever remembered in history. Moral of the story: patience and consistency create true wealth. While others chase instant riches, those who build steadily with wisdom will stand strong in times of crisis. Sometimes the fool is the wisest of all.